Hello everyone. Today is July 25th, 2023. Today is a very special day because today I turned 41. It's my birthday today, so I decided to celebrate by coming to the gym. And actually I didn't work out. I just made a video, recorded some videos to share with you guys. So I have been sharing the workout PDFs that Doug sent me. Doug Brig20, as you know, he's no longer with us. So before he passed away, he actually sent some PDFs of full body, two-way split, and three-way split workouts. So some of you guys have contacted me and I shared them with you guys. But I've got some questions. Some of you guys have been asking me how to do the exercises. Now, you can find out more in detail how to do them if you get the Build and Burn program. But since many of you guys don't have that program, I decided to make a video on breaking down the Brig20 just to show you what I know basically. Now, on the last video that I made, I talked about being efficient with your business, using apps that collaborate with each other to make your business processes more efficient. And what I mean by being efficient is you get the results with the least amount of work, with the least amount of wasted effort. That doesn't mean it's easy work. It just means that you're not wasting your effort basically. And if you're like me, actually some of you guys have children, you guys have careers, you guys are working and everything. So your workouts need to be efficient, okay? So what Doug did with the Brig20, he saw that muscles basically are levers. Basically they move bones. They move them towards your body, away from your body. Muscles move bones in different directions, which creates human movement. So the basics of all of Doug's teachings are find out the natural movement of the muscle, put a resistance opposite that direction of movement, do as many repetitions as possible to stimulate muscle growth, rest, recuperate, and do it again frequently enough so that over time there is a noticeable change in how you look, in your muscle growth, your fat loss, and all of that. So what I'm gonna do now is break down the natural movement of each muscle and the exercises that Doug recommended for that muscle to work it out more efficiently. All right, so we're gonna start with the muscles of the upper body. So we start out with the chest. So the chest, basically the natural movement is to bring the upper arm bone towards your body, and it moves this bone on a downward direction. That's why Doug recommended doing the decline press, because the decline press basically provides a resistance opposite that natural movement. Now you can do this with cables as well, but you know, I prefer to do it with dumbbells. I try to do as many things with dumbbells just because I like the way they feel, and it's also less setup. Second, we go with the lats. So the lats basically bring down your upper arm bone towards your spine and inward. All right, so whenever you're pulling something, let's say you're doing a chin up or something like that, that is what this muscle is trying to do. But to work it out more efficiently, Doug recommends the lat pull-ins, where you hold on to a cable. Your arm is basically a link. You're not pulling with your bicep. You're just holding on, and then you squeeze your lats and bring the upper arm bone towards the center of your body. Then we move on to the middle trapezius, which basically squeezes your shoulder blades together. So the middle trapezius is not even attached to the arms. So Doug recommends the scapular retractions, and when you use your arms, you're not pulling with your arms. You're just using them as links, just like the lat pull-ins, and you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. That's what you're doing. And since the direction of movement is to the sides, that's why the resistance should come from the sides. Then we go with the upper trapezius, and its movement is basically just raising your shoulders. Kind of like when somebody asks you a question, you don't know the answer, you just say, hey, I don't know. That's all you're doing, you're shrugging. So of course, the resistance should come from the bottom. So whenever you shrug up, the dumbbells are gonna be pulling you down. So that is what Doug recommends. And you can do this with dumbbells, you can do this with cables. Now let's move on to the smaller muscles, like your shoulder muscles. So as you know, your shoulders is composed of three heads. We have the lateral head, the posterior, and the anterior. So the lateral head basically raises your upper arm bone to the sides, right? So obviously we need a resistance that is pulling this upper arm bone down. and we need to push against it. Now you could use dumbbells, and you've seen it before. You know, we do the dumbbell lateral raises. The only problem with this is that when you're holding onto the dumbbells, there's no resistance to the lateral deltoid, and when you bring it to the sides, there's lots of resistance. And the thing is that muscles are strongest on their stretch position. So when they're stretched out, that's when they're strongest. That's where you should give it the most resistance. And when they're contracted, that's when they're weakest. So the problem with the side lateral raise is that it provides no resistance on the stretched out position. And then it provides most of the resistance when it's contracted, when the muscle is weakest. That's why Doug recommended the side cable raise, because this exercise provides lots of resistance at the stretched out position at the beginning of the movement, where the side deltoid is stretched, and then as you contract it, it provides less resistance. Now, if you don't have a cable machine or just don't like using cables, you can use this other exercise, which is the one that I use and the one that I really like, is the incline dumbbell side lateral raise. Now, this exercise is great because it provides lots of resistance when the muscle is stretched, and then it gets lighter as the muscle contracts. So it follows the natural strength curve of the side deltoid. Now for the anterior deltoid, and this one just brings your upper arm bone forward. That's why Doug recommended the front press. So what you do is you lay down, and basically you bring the dumbbells down and push them up. Then we move on to the posterior head of the shoulders. What this muscle does is basically pulls your upper arm bone to the back. You know, it doesn't really squeeze your shoulder blades, it just moves the upper arm bone. So Doug recommended the rear deltoid cable pull. So you're pulling the cables back, and the great thing about this is that it provides most of the resistance at the beginning. So this is a good movement for the rear deltoid. Now, of course, you know the bicep. The bicep basically moves your lower arm bone up, and the tricep extends it, basically brings it down or away from your body. So to work your biceps, you can use dumbbells. Just do the dumbbell curls. Now for the triceps, we do them laying down. That way the resistance is strongest when it's down by the side of our head. Then we squeeze and bring the dumbbells up. Now let's move on to the muscles of the lower body. So let's talk about the glutes. So the glutes pull the femur down, and in conjunction with the erector muscle, it keeps our torso up, and we stay vertical. So the best way to work this muscle is by, bringing the femur down and back. That's why Doug recommended the multi-hip machine. But I know a lot of you guys don't have it, and I don't have it either. So the best exercise aside from the multi-hip machine is the back lunge. You get down on one knee, you feel the stretch on the glute, and then squeeze, and you bring yourself back up. And if you want to use resistance, just use dumbbells. Then we move on to the quadricep. And what the quadricep does is it moves the lower leg bone, it moves it up, it extends it, right? So we need an exercise that will provide resistance opposing that movement. And for that, we use the leg extension machine. I think you could use cables, but I think the machine is better for this movement. Now the hamstrings, they do the opposite movement of the quadriceps. So they bring the lower leg bone up. So you just need an exercise opposing that resistance, which is the leg curl machine. Now we move on to the calves, and what they do is they push your body up. You go basically like if you're trying to reach for something, you go on tippy toes. I use the leg extension machine just because I can put a lot of resistance, and actually you can do a lot of reps with the calves with a lot of weight. Then we move to the abs and the erector muscles. Now these two muscles work together to keep you vertical. The erector muscles, which actually is not just lower back because they extend all the way to your neck, they basically pull your upper torso backwards, and then the abs pull your upper torso forwards. That's why we need resistance opposing those two movements. So for the erector muscles, we use dumbbells, we hold them on the sides, and basically we extend our upper torso back. And then for the abs, we put something on our upper torso. In this case, a dumbbell on our chest, close to the shoulders, and basically we curl forward. And that is basically a breakdown of the natural movement of each muscle. Maybe not all of them, of course, you know, we have way more muscles, but those are the major muscles. And also a breakdown of the exercises Doug recommended, which are called the Brig20. And this is just a guideline for those of you who are doing this workout at home or you're going to the gym. Also, if you want those workout PDFs, just contact me, I'll send them to you. But if you want more detailed explanation, the science behind it, more demonstration of how to do each exercise from different angles and also from different alternatives, just get the Build and Burn program or any of the other programs by Mo and Doug. I believe in efficiency, so anything that would help you get the results that you want efficiently, you know, I'm all for that. So that's why I'm doing this video. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. You guys are encouraging me. I wish you the best, and I'll see you later. Bye.